Hey, Superior Shave fans, not humans. It's 8 of January 2023. Well, the shave from 3 days ago with this Dovo gentleman, it was very good. I want it to be spectacular, so I'm going to finish it on the hone that almost always does spectacular, the black Arkansas Convex. 25 foot that way, 6.5 foot this way. And I'm just going to use a little dollop of ballistol oil, and then I mix ever so slightly with water. 5 minutes of this, and that thing's going to shave much better. We just need like just a few drops of water. That's more than enough. That's the beauty of ballistol, how it mixes with the water. I prefer to work on the razor in sections for my own razor. It's a little thick. Okay. Let me explain to you what you're seeing. When I'm doing these long strokes like this, the spine is perpendicular to the long axis of the stone, which means that the razor is being brought in edge leading towards a 25-foot diameter wheel. Well, that is so long of a diameter that it's always going to be in front of the razor edge, and then the razor is behind the curvature of the wheel, so to speak, and it will lift up gently, but not remotely in the same way that it would lift up if the curvature of the wheel came to an apex in the thin area of the razor, which is approximately 0.3 of a millimeter long, maybe 1/4 to 0.3 of a millimeter long from the apex toward the spine, in the area where it is 0.1 mm or skinnier. If you touch the razor in that area with the wheel, you will bend that whole tip in a different way than if the wheel is facing ahead of the apex, if that makes sense to you. So when I go like this, I am facing towards the shorter diameter of this ellipse, which is on the fly touching the razor in that area of the bevel where it is 0.3 of a millimeter or less. And then you give it some pressure and you try to hold as you move along. And what you will be doing is it's sort of fatiguing the tip of the razor and bending it. It's kind of like what stropping does. Stropping takes the little breaks that are at the tip of the razor and moves them as far away from the back of the razor as possible. When we're doing this little bend thing here, we are taking the final 0.3 of a millimeter of the razor edge, and yes, we are making it not as strong for facing a piece of paper as if you used flat stones the whole time, but that's okay, because I'm going to give him an extremely specialized task, and only that task, and the frayed and extended little 0.3 of a millimeter long piece of metal can withstand the task that I'm going to give it. So I have tried to lengthen that area of the razor with those curve moves, and then I'm just polishing it off, going the long way on the stone, trying to be as light as possible. Your stone's surface prep and the medium of the lubricant that you're using is awfully important in this part. For me, using this Arkansas stone, how long has it been now? I think it's been 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. I find that it gets too glassy. In the beginning, I wanted it to be really glassy, but I do better when it's got a slightly diffuse surface. And when I say that, I mean I want it to be slightly coarser on the top than how Dan's supplies them to you. That's not going to be necessarily what you want, and if it's finer polished than that, you can certainly do very well with less lubricant, a thinner lubricant, or sorry, less lubricant that's really thick, or just bone dry if you like a really biting edge. I've tried it both ways, and for me, the shave is the very best when I do this little bend thing as the final step. The drawback is it's not really a wheel that's shaped, you know, when we go toward this 6.5 foot side, where we're on the fly picking a diameter, and I'm trying to feel that little bending action wherever it may be, but in so doing, I'm aligning my spine touch and my edge touch. They're no longer straight down the razor, they're like this. That will put ugly marks on your razor. I don't care. I'm just in it for the shave. That looks better, or feels better, I should say. Now I'm going to go shave with it.